I want to briefly weigh in how Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is trying his best to teach Joe Biden and Kamala Harris why appeasement never works. And that's the subject of tonight's riff. So last Friday, Prime Minister Netanyahu blasted the UN as a swamp of anti-Semitic bile and a contentious farce. Then he promptly sent the IDF forces to bomb Hezbollah's headquarters, a move that took out longtime Hezbollah killer Hassan Nasrallah, as well as other terrorist commandos. Today, Israel has launched raids into southern Lebanon to clean out Hezbollah and maybe allow 60,000 displaced Israelis to return to their homes in the north. It shows how actions speak louder than words, though words can be a warning, but effective actions constitute deterrence. Mere words like de-escalation and ceasefire almost always make the situation worse. Now, Joe Biden commendably called Nasrallah's death a measure of justice, but then he relapsed into yet another call for some kind of negotiated ceasefire, believe it or not, using the anti-Semitic UN as a vehicle. That would be a terrible mistake. Israel is trying to teach a deterrence lesson to Mr. Biden and Ms. Harris, as the Wall Street Journal editorial so aptly wrote today. Unfortunately, they are not listening, judging by this exchange. Take a listen.
Israel may be now launching a limited operation into Lebanon. Are you aware of that? Are you comfortable with their plans?
I'm more aware than you might know, and I'm comfortable with them stopping. We should have a ceasefire now.
There he goes again. We should have a ceasefire now. There he goes again. Let Israel handle it, is what I say. Let Israel handle it. Stop putting the cuffs on Israel. Actually, watch how effective Israeli counter-terrorist and military operations have been. Recall the pagers and the walkie-talkies. Recall the use of bunker busters. Recall that neither Hezbollah nor Hamas can ever be trusted when it comes to ceasefires or hostage negotiations. Never trusted. And consider the impact on Iran. Hamas is evil, Hezbollah evil, Iran's the mother of all evil. Recall that Donald Trump took out the Iranian terrorist commando Soleimani and the ISIS commander al-Baghdadi, and Trump's classic phrase, quote, "We have your cell phone number and your home address," allegedly said to the Taliban mullahs in Afghanistan. Rest assured that Israel has the cell phone number and the home address of the top Iranian ayatollahs and will not hesitate to act if conditions warrant. Let me repeat this very simple idea. Appeasement always failed. And the Biden-Harris lexicon equals appeasement. It has failed everywhere. That's why the world is on fire right now, from Afghanistan to Ukraine to the Middle East. Appeasing Iran by loosening the oil sanctions gave them the resources to finance the Israeli wars. That also was appeasement. And look where it got us. Meanwhile, our enemies, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, the so-called axis of evil, always exploit American appeasement. In the corridors of power in Washington, D.C., the phrase peace through strength is frequently tossed around. Right now, we have neither peace nor strength. Unfortunately, or no, fortunately, in the corridors of power between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, we have brave freedom fighters, and they are trying to teach a lesson to the U.S., and that's tonight's riff.